Welcome to my glass demo. Today we are going to do a butterfly lady that stands with a casting. The castings are made by Creative Castings. Pretty cool. They're lead free. We're just going to take the body. We're going to solder the wings to the body, and I'm going to show you some little tricks and tips that I've learned over the past. I have a really good customer that I've known for many years who told me how to put these wings together the easiest way that I've ever found. A lot of times, people just want to stand it up and try soldering it and getting it where so that it stays. Well, I'm going to do it a much easier way. I went ahead and soldered the wings together so you guys don't have to watch me solder it. I also did a fairly simple pattern compared to what's there. If you go and look, you can do these wings in just about any type of a pattern that you want. If you wanted to design your own, I just use the pattern that comes with it. These castings are about, I think they're $26.95 for the casting. So they're not real cheap, but it gives you a really nice project when you're done. Makes great gifts. They have a bunch of different designs and stuff that you can use. I'm glad to see that the video seems to be working better. That's good. I think it might have to do with the internet connection on a Saturday, so I might have to think about these Saturday demos. I was saying earlier, before the video conked out on me, I put on the Facebook page a link to our website because I'm just going to put all these videos on our website under how-to videos. You can go there to see them. The videos are going to be free. There is a link on there for a donation if you guys want to donate anything to help me pay to get this system going correctly. But you're more than welcome to use them as you like. I will also try to put in anything that we used in the demo into the sorry, my computer did something weird. What was that? Oh well. I will try to put in on the page of the website, the different products that I used and stuff too, so you can find that there. What we're going to be using today is my handy dandy 16 gauge wire. Yes, this is the wire I lost and I found. We're going to use some solder, some flux, and some layout blocks. This is just I think these are 6 inches. You can get these layout blocks in many different sizes. I use them for everything. They're great for squaring up projects and stuff. I'm going to use it so that I can put when I do my wings, I want to put them so that they're completely level on the bottom, so that once we put it onto the figure, the casting, it stands level. So instead of trying to take the wing and hold it, or do this and hold it and make sure that it is even with the bottom so that it doesn't sit crooked or anything, we're going to wire this together first. What we're going to do is I'm going to put these on the back, to the back side. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to run a piece of wire from here over to here and from here down and up there, so that, and I'm going to solder it together before I do anything. What that's going to do is it's going to hold the two pieces of the wing together so that I can bend it where I want it, and I can stick it right up to that lead figure casting. They're called lead figures for years, but they don't have lead in them, so now they're castings. But in that way, you can hold it right up to get it where you want it and position it and everything before you solder it, as opposed to trying to figure out how to maneuver it with just one set of hands. So I'm going to take don't need a real long piece. I just want it long enough so that I can solder it into this project. I'm gonna tell you how much I need. Like a lot of customers tell me when they come in the store, I need a piece about this big. When you ask for glass and you need a piece about this big, I don't know what you're talking about. I need measurements. So there's my piece for that, and then this middle part of how far you want it, you kind of just got to judge it from your you want to be able to hide the gap there, so I'm going to put it kind of closer together, and I want to try to make sure that my bottom part of the wing is actually touching this so that it's nice and straight and level. So I'm going to take my needle nose to hold this wire, because the wire does get a little bit hot when you are soldering with it. So I have my Hinges iron, and I'm just going to use some of this solder glue I have right there. Now this is the back, so they're not really going to see this part a lot, but you still want to solder it so that it looks nice. Just because it's the back doesn't mean you quickly solder it. Now I'm going to solder this side. And you can, if you wanted, I didn't do it, is you could actually do the solder the wire in as you're soldering the wings instead of doing it this way, but then you've got two wings connected as you gotta finagle it, so I just do it last. My wire doesn't want to bend down where I want it to. So now I'm just going to kind of build up that seam a little bit so it doesn't look so flat. Now when your solder is bubbling like that, it's just the flux bubbling out. So you got to just kind of let it bubble. If it gets too hot, it's going to start seeping through to the other side, so just let it bubble a little bit and then go back. Now see, this helps me be able to hold it and control it, but I'm still going to put one more wire on it, because you can see how it kind of moved that way with only one wire. If I put another wire here, it's not going to have that happen as easily. So I'm going to take my wire, I'm going to try to bend it kind of into a V so that I can get it to follow my solder lines. Like I said, you don't need it real long, you just want it long enough to put, to be able to solder it together. So I'm still off a little bit there, so I can just take bend that a little bit. It looks a little crooked, so I'm going to use my pliers. I'm going to take my needle nose to hold this into place while I solder. By the way, when you watch the videos on our website, if you miss it or want to go back and look at it again, I kind of delete some of the stuff out of the beginning that is like all the trying to get everything situated, so you won't have to listen to all that again. Okay, so my wire doesn't want to bend where I want it to bend. There we go. So now I'm just going to take and solder this side of the wire. Now I use 7/32 foil on this project just to give it a little more strength and stability. I usually do 7/32 on my sun catcher stuff or small stuff like this. Gives it a little more strength. So see, now it's pretty sturdy. It's not bending or anything. So now I can take it and I'm going to put my body, that's going to be I'm going to solder this to the body. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and bend this. See, that helps so that I can take and set my body where I want. And you'll be able to bend your wings back as far as you like. I'm going to do it this way. And you'll be able to take this and you'll just solder it right on. So by putting that wire on, it helps so you can see how it's going to stand and everything. If you try to put one wing on at a time, you're going to get that, that wing a little crooked or sideways, or one wing will be higher than the other, so it wants to teeter-totter. So the one thing I do recommend is make sure you have a nice flat surface that we're soldering this to, because what I'm going to do is, once I have this positioned how I want, I'm going to take my flux. I'm going to just flux the whole back of this. So I got to figure out the best way to hold it. So I'm going to take, a third hand would be handy, wouldn't it? So I kind of like it more up. So I just make sure that our solder blades of the casting figure is right there, and I'm just going to take and tack that into place. It didn't stick. These figures have a tendency not to solder real easy the first time, so you may have to scuff it up or pre-tin the body. And they do get hot as you keep working on them, so just so you know. I'm going to add a little more flux right there, and I'm going to solder this side of the solder blade. I hope you guys can see that okay. I'm trying to keep my head out of the way, so. Once I get this tacked real good, then I'll be able, that way it won't move and I can sit it down and be able to get up in there and solder it real well. Okay, so I got it tacked how I want it. Looks pretty good. So now I can take what I'm going to do is it kind of shifted a little, but that's fine. I'm going to solder this wherever a seam meets, like right here on her butt, and then where this wire is, I'm going to put a glob of solder up in there just to really adhere it real well. So now once I got that tacked together, see, this sits really nice right here, so it's really easy to get into. Solder's pretty good there. I still want to put some more solder right here. Of course, as I'm doing the demo, I hear somebody mowing their lawn. Hopefully you guys don't see that. Kim King, I love making her. Those foam triangles are really nice to help hold the lead body. Those are probably the, can't think of what they're called at the moment. We unfortunately no longer carry them because they're made by creators, and creators, stained glass, and I don't get along because they like to sell all their products online on their own Amazon page, so I quit carrying their products. But you can make up your own. I've done some out of wood. But if you want to buy them, go for it. Go on Amazon, buy them directly from creators because they're cheap. That's the cheapest way to buy them. Since he cuts out all the middlemen by doing that, you can sell them cheaper selling them by itself. So now I'm going to go in here and I'm going to just make sure I got this tacked real good at all these seams. Not only is it going to make sure that it's soldered forever, it also kind of finishes off the look because then the seam is going right into it. So now it's on there. It's not going anywhere. As you can see on the back, ooh, it's still a little warm. What I did is I soldered right by her butt, and I soldered where the wires are into the lead figure real well, and then wherever the seams touched. So that really adheres it good. So now what I will do is probably just touch up any spots that I don't like right here on the wing. There's a glob there I don't particularly care for, so I'm going to heat it up and spread that solder out a little bit. Again, Creative Castings has a lot of different castings. We have them listed on our website. You can check them out there. If any of you guys have made these before and would like to post some pictures on our or on our Facebook page, that'd be great, so people can see the different patterns and colors and designs. I made this all out of just some scrap glass we had here at the store, and so it's a fairly simple project, and it turned out really well. If you've been following my videos, I moved my video studio to the back of the store, and I got this nice bench here that I'm going to put some of the stuff that we make on, just so you can see what we've done. I've had a lot of people, wet rag is really nice to have sitting around so you can wipe off your hands. I've had a lot of people asking about jewelry boxes and hinges on them. So I'm going to break down and do one on Monday at 7 during our demo time on Monday. I did not make this one. One of my employees here at the store made this, but it's a very simple box. So this is what I'm going to do on Monday, is I'm going to make one just like this to kind of show you guys how the hinges are put together on the end, on the top. A little bit of chain just to hold it, and you have a little trinket box, jewelry box. Maybe doing, you can do them bigger or whatever. I'm just going to do a simple one to show you how to go ahead and make it. So that'd be Monday at 7 o'clock. Hopefully I have the video studio set up a little better so that we don't have to worry about the video cutting out. My plan is to buy a better computer in the future because I'm using my laptop and it only has wireless. You can't connect the Ethernet cord to it, so I think the internet doesn't work as fast on it, but we'll see. So that's about it for today. Like I said, you can go to our website, stallingsglass.com, as you can see on the screen. On the top bar, there's a place for how-to videos, and there's also free patterns on there you can look at also. And so yeah, that was a simple project for today. And I have a whole list of other demos coming up. I just have to prepare for them, and we will start those soon.